What is your name, please?
My name is Kirpal Singh.
What is your name, please?
My name is Kirpal Singh.
What is your name, please?
My name is Kirpal Singh.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Kirpal Singh and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. Now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by Tony, first in the world of home beauty. Tony and all its wonderful products have made it possible for every woman to find natural loveliness in the comfort of her own home. Now may I introduce our panel. First tonight, in an unaccustomed spot, Miss Kitty Carlisle. Then our old friend, Mr. John Cameron Swayze. Welcome back, John. Next, another old friend who actually appeared on our panel when I was doing the show in the first few days of it, a few weeks of it, Miss Hildy Parks. Welcome back to you, Hildy.
Thank you.
And finally, Mr. Tom Poston. Anchorman Tom, we call him. And so, Tom, will you and the rest of the panel please follow along as I read this first affidavit?
All righty.
I, Kirpal Singh, am a rocket design engineer for the Aerojet General Corporation. I was born in Bombay, India, and received my education at Punjab University. I am now a citizen of the United States and a member of the American Rocket Society. Signed, Kirpal Singh. Three gentlemen, panel, all claiming to be Kirpal Singh, rocket designer. And if you're all ready to play our game, gentlemen, as I assume you are, we'll begin our first round of questioning with Tom Poston. Tom, please.
Thank you, Bud. Mr. Singh, number 2. I may not be pronouncing Singh right, but I'll try. Number 2, wonder if you could tell us, please, what was the one big stumbling block in the development of rockets with that would provide them. I don't know how to put this exactly. I wish I knew the answer to what I'm asking. That would provide them with enough fuel to go any distance.
We had two kinds of rockets. For fuel, we have difficulty in getting the fuel. In liquid or solid, but in liquid we have the great difficulty because in liquid we need kerosene and alcoholic fuels.
Thank you. Mr. Singh, number 3, what is the principle of the turbojet engine?
Well, you can call it the principle of the Newton's third law, that the action and reaction are equal and opposite. I mean, that's simply putting it like that. That should explain it.
Oh, it does, it does.
Yes. And I hope it does, because now we
very
have
clear to me.
to go to Miss Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Can you tell me the name, number 1, of the newest type of jet fuel? Number 1.
Newest is JP4.
That's the name of the fuel. Number 2, what is the X-15?
I don't know.
Number 3, what is the X-15?
I don't know.
Number 1, what is the X-15?
I think it's an experimental rocket airplane.
Number 2, what is SRI in Indian? When someone is called Sri, what does it mean?
Same in Mister.
No.
John Cameron Swayze.
Number 1, where is the Aerojet General Corporation based? Where is its headquarters?
Headquarters in Azusa, California.
Where do you work?
Sacramento, California.
Number 3, how long have you worked for Aerojet?
I worked for Aerojets for 4 years.
Number 2, what is the principal purpose of the Aerojet?
Oh, Aerojet, we make rockets.
Such as are launched at Cape Canaveral?
No, we don't have any connection with Cape Canaveral.
Only for airplanes?
No, we just make the rocket, the parts, not the missiles.
You make the parts that are assembled?
Yeah. No, we don't assemble.
You do not assemble?
No, we make the rocket, and the assembly for missile is done somewhere else.
Thank you. I'm sorry I got into that, but you answered it very well indeed.
Hildy?
I just think it's a shame it's not color television so everybody can see the color of those turbines. Isn't that marvelous? Number one, could you please tell me what is the weight of the heaviest Russian missile that is aloft now?
I don't know.
Number two, could you explain what thrust means?
I don't know.
Number three, do you know what thrust means in the rocket
Thrust
field?
is the force that carries it to the target or whatever place we want to. Greater the thrust, the greater the range of the missile would be.
I see. Number one, could you please tell me what the 5 castes are in India?
They're not 5 castes, only 4.
Well, there you are. And now it's time for you to vote. If you will, panel, kindly, without consultation, mark your ballots. And as usual, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Our team of challengers will, as usual, receive $250 for every incorrect vote. You all voted? Kitty, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 1. He was the only one who knew that the X-15 is an experimental rocket ship, and he gave me the name of the new fuel. I don't really know whether that's true or not, but it sounded awfully good to me.
John, which one do you think is the real one?
Well, I voted for number 2. He gave such a complete answer to that involved question, he lost me on the first turn, but I thought he must know what he's talking about.
Hildy, which one is your vote?
I voted for number 3 because I thought he answered the questions best, but I like the color of his turban best, too.
A woman's reason, purely. Tom, which one have you said?
I voted for number 4 because I also voted for number 3. I wish I had a chance to ask number 2. I was going to vote for number 2, but he didn't know what thrust was, or may not have understood the question, and I couldn't find out. So I voted for number 3 because he did.
Okay, there we have it now. With our votes in and our minds made up, if you're making up your mind at home, I see how you check out with us now as we discover which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real rocket designer. So will the real Kirpal Singh please stand up? Well done. Thank you very much, sir. Very happy to have you with us tonight. Number 2, would you tell us your real name now? And
My name is Balbir Singh Sani. I'm working for my doctorate in economics at New School for Social Research here in New York.
Thank you, sir. And number 3, your real name and what you do, sir.
I'm Kartar Singh. I'm a doctorate in chemistry and I work in Ottawa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And you gentlemen all did extremely well because there were exactly 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a grand total of $750 from Tony. And, of course, a kit of all of Tony's wonderful products for your ladies. Thank you very much for being with us. I hope it's been a happy experience for you. It has for us. Good night and good luck. Now, panel, let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is James Keebler.
What is your name, please?
My name is James Keebler.
What is your name, please?
My name is James Keebler.
Again, panel, will you pay attention as I read you this affidavit? I, James Keebler, am a locomotive engineer for the Long Island Railroad. I am also a professional musician. For the past 2 holiday seasons, I have played Christmas music on the organ in Pennsylvania Station, New York. This past Christmas, a man placed a package on the organ and walked away. In the package was a gift and a phone number with instructions to call. I phoned, and the man who answered invited me to fly to Africa to attend the inauguration of the President of Liberia. I flew to Liberia in a chartered plane, attended the inauguration, played organ music at 3 state functions, and had a wonderful 10 days. I am now back running trains for the Long Island Railroad. Signed, James Keebler. Now, as you heard, panel, 3 gentlemen claiming to be James Keebler, musician and railroad engineer extraordinary. We'll begin this round of questioning with John Cameron Swayze. John?
Well, number 2, this is a very extraordinary thing, and I'm overcome with curiosity. Who was this man who placed this package on that organ?
Well, Mr. Swayze, he prefers to remain anonymous.
Well, that cleared me up on that. Why, then, did he invite you as an individual out of all the people in this great city of ours?
Well, he enjoyed my playing, I imagine, and asked me if I would like to accompany him on this trip.
Can you tell me what nationality he was?
Which number are you asking?
I wanted one more answer
Number
out
two?
of number 2.
No,
Number
I'm not
1,
sure.
can you clear me up on the nationality of this benefactor?
He's an American.
Number 3, after Africa, is the Long Island Railroad dull?
Not at all.
No?
No, not at
Would
all.
you say that's because it's the Long Island Railroad, or would that be any railroad?
Any railroad.
Uh-huh. Hildy?
You sound like a commuter on the Long Island Railroad. Number 1, could you tell me what the term roundhouse means?
Well, that's a place where engines are serviced.
I see. Number 3, could you tell me where Liberia is in Africa in relationship to Ghana?
Well, it's off the Guyana coast.
It's off the who?
The Guyana coast in French West Africa.
I see. Thank you. Number 3, can you tell me who wrote Toccata and Fugue?
No, I do
Number
not know.
2, do you know?
I think it was Vidor.
Number 1?
No, I don't know.
Number 1, could you tell me a great humanitarian who was also an organist? Number 2? Can I ask?
Tom?
Number 3, do you know a great humanitarian who also plays the organ? It'd be a shame if I didn't know, wouldn't it? Do you, number 3?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, Can you tell me, number 3, how does a train pick up water without stopping?
It's on a hookup from a cab with a hook on it. It simply slows down and picks it up.
Thank you. Number 1, what is a yard bull?
A what?
Does that answer your question?
Number 2, where's the Baltimore and Ohio station in New York City?
Baltimore and Ohio Station in New York City?
Yes.
They have no station. They have a ticket office here. The station is over in Hoboken.
Thank you. Number 2, who is the president of the United Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers, please?
Are you addressing me, sir?
Number 2, yes.
His name is Kennan.
Thank you.
Kitty?
Number 2, do you play the organ by ear?
No.
How many shops in the key of C sharp?
2.
Number 3, how many shops? Do you play the organ by ear?
Yes.
You do. Oh. Number 1, what was the name of the president that you went to whom you went to the inauguration?
President William B. S. Tubman.
Tubman. Number 3, where does President Tubman's family come from?
Monrovia.
New York?
Monrovia, Africa.
That's it. Once again, it's time to vote without consultation as before. Will you please mark your ballots and vote? As for number 1, number 2, or number 3? Everybody voted? Kitty, are you through?
I'm not through. None of them is an organist, that's for sure.
All right, for whom did you vote? Kitty? Are you going to change at the last minute?
I voted for number 3.
Right.
He plays the organ by ear, so number 2 said there were 2 shops in the key of C sharp. Well, this is obviously untrue. And he said Vidor wrote Toccata and Fugue. Number 1 didn't know what a yard bull is, and I know what a yard bull is.
Well, you've been on the bum, Kitty. That's how you...
It's not. So I voted for number 3.
Okay, John, your vote.
Well, after what Kitty said about number 2, I think I should have changed here, but I'm going to stick with him. I'm consistent, and he knew about the B&O, and I also liked his questions, his answers.
Hildy Parks, your
I'd
vote.
give anything to get out of this, too, after what Kitty just said, but I'll vote for number 2 because he knew who the president of that federation was.
And what about your selection, Tom?
They never do this on this show, Bud, but why not? What do you think, audience? Get all those answers. I got here number 1.
Number 1.
I'd like to know why you're applauding, because frankly, folks, I figured there was something about the way he said, a what? When I said, what is he? We'll see if we're right about this. Kitty, obviously the C sharp note is wrong, right? Well, anybody that tries to pick up water with a hook...
right, there we have it now, our rhymes and our reasons, and we come now to the moment of truth, as we might call it, as we discover which of these three gentlemen is the real musician, railroad engineer, and water picker-upper. Will the real James Keebler please stand up? Thank you very much, Mr. Keebler. You may be seated, if you will. Number two, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, please?
My name is John Backus, and I'm a management officer with the Public Housing Administration.
Thank you, sir. And number three, what about you, sir? Your real name and what you do?
My name is Thomas McCullough, and I'm a New York City fireman assigned to ladder 3A in the Bronx.
Gentlemen, we thank you for giving us a good time. We hope you had one, too. In checking the score, we find once again we had 1, 2, 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a grand total once more of $750 from the Tony Company and a package of all the wonderful Tony products for your ladies. Good night, gentlemen, and good luck to you. Now, panel, let's meet our third team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is John Hoyt.
What is your name, please?
My name is John Hoyt.
What is your name, please?
My name is John Hoyt.
Again, panel, pay attention to this affidavit, if you will. I, John Hoyt, have always been interested in history, particularly the history of Hannibal, the Carthaginian general, who in the year 218 B.C. made an historic trek with 30,000 men and 37 elephants over the Alps mountains and into Italy to fight the Romans. Since Hannibal's journey has always been a matter of scientific controversy, I determined to follow Hannibal's route to check his timetable and see how his elephants might have been affected by the altitude. I borrowed an elephant from an Italian zoo, took it by train into France, and walked the elephant back over the Alps into Italy. Signed, John Hoyt. Three gentlemen all claiming to be John Hoyt this time. Panel, man who took an elephant over the Alps. And we begin this round with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, what was the name of the wars that Hannibal and the Romans were involved in?
The Second Punic War.
Number two, what happened to Carthage after they lost? They did lose, didn't they?
Yes.
What happened to it?
Carthage was destroyed.
How?
It was razed to the ground.
Number three, what else happened to Carthage?
Well, later it was taken over by the Arabs, and now it's where Tunis is.
Number three, do you think that there was a difference between one elephant and 37 elephants?
Well, slight difference, quantitative difference.
But no real difference, no scientific difference.
I don't think they're
What
reacting.
path did you take?
Well, we took the Col de Clapier.
John?
Number one, Hannibal's journey has been the subject of controversy. Can you tell me quickly what's the heart of that controversy?
Well, whether he was able to get the elephants across the Alps, whether an elephant could take that climate, and also which path he took, if he did get the elephants across.
Number two, do you think he got the elephants across?
Yes, I do.
Number three, are you a citizen of the United States?
No.
What country do you come from?
Great Britain.
I would never have guessed it. Number one, how old was Hannibal when this venture was attempted?
37.
Number two, how did your elephant take the altitude?
Took it very well.
Did he complete the journey?
Yes, it went right over into Susa.
Where is he now?
Hildy?
Number one, what time of year did you take your elephant across in?
July.
Number two, what time did Hadrian take his across in? I'm sorry, Hannibal, excuse me.
He took it later, in October.
In October. Number three, who was Hadrian?
Hadrian was a Roman emperor.
Number one, who was the ruler in Rome at the time that Hannibal went across the Alps?
Flavius.
Number two, how long did it...
Tom?
Gosh, Bud, they're so smart. I'll ask number two what the name of the play about Hannibal's campaign is, if you know.
Well, I believe is... No, I don't know that.
Number three, do you happen to remember the name of the play?
A play about Hannibal? No, I can't
Number
say.
one, can you tell us, please? Number two, On what recent discovery did you base your decision for the choice of a pass?
No recent discovery. No.
Number 3.
Well, merely because I disagreed with the theory advanced by Sir Gavin de Beers that it was the Col de la Traversette.
That's it. And with that juicy little morsel of information to digest, it's time to mark your ballots, if you will, and vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Have you all marked your ballots? Tom, have you?
No, not that sheet. Gosh. Oh, here I am. I'm marking my...
Okay, Kitty, for whom did you vote this time?
I voted for number 3 because he looks like he belongs to that breed of great British eccentrics.
All right, John, may we have your
I
vote?
admire enormously, and I preferred the Col de la Cropotière than the Col de la Traversette, which might have been to mix me up.
Oh, I prefer it every time. Yes, John?
Well, I voted for number 3, and for much the same reason, but I can't express it as well as you did, Kitty.
Hildy, your vote, please.
Well, I voted for number 3 because I'm an absolute sucker for a British accent, and if he can't get any elephants to follow him across that path, I'll go.
And Tom, what about you?
Obviously, I voted for number 2 because I'm an example of the great American eccentric.
Fair enough. There we have it. Let's check it, because we all want to find out, I'm sure, and see how we're guessing along with us, if we are, and I trust we are. We're now about to discover which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real hardy gentleman who took the elephant over the Alps in the path of Hannibal. So will the real John Hoyt please stand up? As soon as we find out about the others.
It takes one to know one.
All right.
Ask him, Bud, ask him if he knows who Albert Schweitzer is.
Number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you do, please?
My name is Harold Vautier. I'm the service manager for Fine Cars Inc., who market English Fords here and abroad.
Thank you very much. And number 3, may we have the same information from you?
My name is Claude Marks. I'm a painter and scenic designer and lecturer on art. And my wife was a liar on this program last week, Sue Marks.
Oh, for heaven's sake, of course. Well, eccentric or no, it's been an interesting night tonight, believe me, because here we have the same thing again. 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for again a total of $750. At least it's consistent, gentlemen. And on your way out, a gift package of all of Tony's wonderful products for the ladies in your lives. Good night to you, good luck, and God bless you. Good night. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. No time even to clean up any little confusions we may have had. You'll have to clean them up for yourselves. Polly will be back with us next week. Hildy and John Cameron Swayze, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Come back again and see you soon. Kitty, good luck with your lecture in Pittsburgh tomorrow.
Thank you.
And all of you good people, when you're watching our show or anything else, when the doorbell rings at the March of Dimes, be good to them.
Yes,
I
indeed.
guess that's it. Good night, panel.
Night, Bud.
Night, Bud.
Bud Collier saying good night for the Tony Company and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Coggan production in association with the CBS Television Network.